Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wire. And today I have a very dear friend. He's a creative person, he's an actor. And in this pandemic, I think everybody will be very curious what happens during the lockdown for the creative industry. So why don't I let Brendon introduce himself to everybody?
Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Brendon. Yes, thank you, Peter, for having me. So yeah, as you said, I've been an actor for about 10 years. So during this pandemic, it's hit this industry hard. I think personally, even right now, it's starting to resume. I think about 2 weeks ago. So, but the thing is, it was a very rude interruption almost. It's very abrupt. Everybody, whether you are doing something, you are going to do something, or you are planning to shoot something, has all been affected. Because it really came as there's no timeline, there's no hey, we're gonna stop this 5 weeks later. It was really the next day it started.
Maybe you can share what have you been keeping busy for these 3 months? Have you been improving yourself, taking pauses?
Yes. Well, thankfully for me, the other side job is I do tuition. So what I've been doing is just like many people learning to use Zoom. Before this pandemic, I really seldom use all these, this sort of methods to communicate with people. So thankfully, I can still do some online tuition.
I remember when we first worked together, we had our casting call over Zoom.
Yes.
During that time,
yes.
And during that time, I would say we were like sort of the pioneers lah. Why I say so is because a lot of talents were very surprised that we do a casting call over Zoom. Maybe you want to share the experience with our audience.
I remember that quite clearly because I think when I met you on Zoom, it was an evening. I think just before dinner. So for us at that time, the norm was, of course, you go down and meet the producers, the directors, the clients, where I think it's more for them to actually see us exactly how tall, how big you are, or what are your skills live, because a lot of things on screen is a little bit deceptive, I would say. So and of course, for me, I think that was the first for me as well to actually meet somebody on Zoom, at least regarding acting anyway. So when I remember I talked to you, and it's a little bit off-putting. It's a little bit because it threw us off a little bit what we are used to. There's no real lights or camera, so to speak, on you. And but I think that's going to be the new norm since you brought it up.
A final parting note, perhaps from you to share with our audience, what's one advice you think that we can take away from this, moving on into the new normal?
Every once in a while we meet something unexpected like this. I think what we can take away from it is we must really be able to adjust. I think what we can learn from is that we really need to be resilient. I think in Singapore we are all quite lucky. We don't really have major issues to deal with. I mean, touch wood, we do have things like earthquake. We just don't usually have major changes to our lives. So I think this one gives us a good test, and I think that we must learn to be flexible, adjust, and certainly and stay positive. I am very happy that. Can I just say here, if it's record, on record, that I'm glad Liverpool won. Yeah, so I want to use that as an example where I stayed positive. I think that there are situations, one thing is a lot like us, where they don't know whether they are going to play again. So isn't it like many people, you don't know whether you have work again, literally, right? You don't know whether or when are you going back to work. And I can say, I speak for many people, where you have achieved something just like Liverpool. You've got a lead. And it's to you that, it might be taken away from me. I might have to go back to, step zero, right? And my work will be thrown down the drain. It's very depressing, but I see many people learning to adjust and stay positive. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for Brendon. And that's Brendon for you. He's a dear friend. He's a really wonderful actor, and really his mentality of how we should really emerge in this new normal, I think is something that's worth noting. So hey, it's Pete from Wired, and I'll see you in the next video.